Yes, it's Uncle Jegz. Last time we looked at 3 viral diseases that you need to know, specifically measles, HIV, and tobacco mosaic virus.
You are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Clickety-click the card over here so that you can check that one. Here's the part of the specification that we'll be doing today. We'll be looking at Salmonella and gonorrhoea, but I'll also throw agrobacteria in there as a bonus. If you need to download my adapted specification, check the description. Well then, let's chop some science. Here are the retrieval questions for this lesson. You know what to do. Oxygen leaves the capillaries by diffusion. Atria are the upper chambers in your heart. Stents are used to keep blocked arteries open. You shouldn't say that they're used to treat coronary heart disease because that's too vague. Coronary heart disease can be treated by multiple methods. The first bacterium we're looking at is Salmonella.
You get that from eating raw fish, innit?
Wait.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Sushi is raw fish and people yam that one with little consequence. We have a fish named salmon and we have a pathogen named Salmonella. It's very easy to make that mistake. It is believed that salmon and the word salient have the same common root. Salient used to mean leaping. The modern Italian word salire actually means to go up. Some of you have probably clocked why this name was assigned to salmons, since they're known to smack their up sideways.
Finish him!
Before you start thinking that this pathogen Salmonella is jumping about the gaff, its name actually comes from a scientist. This brother, Daniel Elmer Salmon. He wasn't the one that discovered it though, it was actually his assistant that discovered it. For GCSE, you can call Salmonella a pathogen, but it's actually not a species, it's the genus name.
Genius.
No, genus. Science is a worldwide endeavor. Different languages will call this thing here different things. But all scientists around the world can say Canis familiaris and know exactly what they mean. The first name is the genus name, the second name is the species name. Both dogs and wolves are in the genus Canis, but they are both different species within that one genus. Familiaris is the dog species and Lupus is the wolf species. This is what all of that will look like for Salmonella. Again, for GCSE, you can treat the name Salmonella like it's the species. I was just being a bit of a nerd with all of that information.
Nerd!
So what do we actually have to know?
Like all the other pathogens, you need to know the way they spread and the symptoms that they cause. In the last lesson, we spoke about gut bacteria and how healthy individuals normally have bacteria inside them. Salmonella is a gut bacteria but found inside healthy chickens. Now, use these 2 statements along with some of the information that we learned in the last lesson to answer these challenge questions. We are infected by eating raw chicken or food contaminated by the raw meat. The next one requires you to know that eggs are used to make mayonnaise. Eggs come from
Chicken?
So the pathogen transfers from the chicken to the egg, which then ends up in the mayo. For this question, remember from the previous video that bacteria are pathogenic when they produce toxins. So if you have a bacterium not producing toxins inside you, then it's generally harmless. Now let's look at some of the symptoms of Salmonella. Use these 4 pictures to write down the 4 main symptoms of Salmonella. The symptoms are fever,
Diarrhoea.
vomiting, and abdominal cramps. Looking at these symptoms, you may think that Salmonella really isn't that deadly, but it kills over 100 people each year. Fair enough that this is a small section of the population, but for this first challenge question here, you should be able to work out which 2 life stages are most susceptible to dying from Salmonella. The other 2 questions require a little bit more thinking. Have a go at it, I'm sure you can hack it. Early childhood and the elderly are most vulnerable. You should separate raw meat from food that you eat uncooked, like fruits and vegetables. Also, make sure that the meat is cooked thoroughly. In the bottom picture, the chicken is being vaccinated against Salmonella.
I have the power!
This will kill the pathogen inside the chicken, so then it can't pass from the chicken to the human that chops the meat. When we move on to the section on vaccination, we'll see why this probably isn't such a good idea. Can you see miracles, ladies and gentlemen? We've finished the first part. Now let's jump into gonorrhea.
Uncle, why does gonorrhea sound like diarrhea?
Well, Jaden, unlike Salmonella and salmon, this one here ain't a coincidence. The suffix means flow or to flow. Gonos is Greek for semen, which gives you a clue as to what one of the symptoms of gonorrhea probably is. And dia means through in Greek. So gonorrhea literally means semen flow, and diarrhea literally means through flow. Because I don't want any problems with YouTube, I'll just describe the symptoms in words here. The symptoms are a thick yellow or green discharge and pain during urination when you're weeing. 10% of men show no symptoms when they have it, and 50% of women show no symptoms when they have it. Now what that means, ladies and gentlemen, I said what that means, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, is that for every one man that shows no signs of pain, 9 men have fire in the PP. That is not fair. We can control and treat gonorrhea by using condoms to prevent the transmission and using antibiotics when you actually have it. Some strains of gonorrhea are actually now becoming resistant to certain antibiotics due to evolution by natural selection. We will cover this in a future lesson on antibiotics and painkillers, so stick around for that one. It's time for the bonus round. In this round, we'll be looking at the bacterium that causes these butters bumps on plant life. The full name of the bacterium is Agrobacterium tumefaciens. It causes a condition called crown galls in plants. The only hint I'm going to give you here is that the pathology is very similar to how viruses work. Look at the bottom picture and use that to help you answer these challenge questions. Plasmids are loops of DNA found in bacteria. Since we can see that the bacteria is inserting its plasmid inside the plant cell's gene itself, the genome inside the plant cell, scientists can put useful genes inside the plasmid, e.g., for example, genes that can make the plant resistant to herbicides. This is then inserted inside the plant, and then the useful trait is developed in the plant itself. Now the lesson is completed, lesson done. Check the descriptions to get the adapted specification if you need that, and I'll catch you guys in a bit.